So Justice League number 75 dropped today, Death of the Justice League. We are going to talk about that. I've been gone for a few weeks. It's good to be back. And the reason I was gone was I was putting the finishing touches on Volume 2 of my comic series, Malevolent Rising. This is Malevolent Rising Matriarch, Chapter 1. It's going to the printer this week. It's going to be out soon. And I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the description of this video if you want to check out Volume 1 and maybe give it a shot. I'd appreciate it. And meanwhile, on with the review. So, Death of Justice League. We're going to be talking about this book, Justice League 75. So, spoiler alert, even though really the cover is the spoiler. Death of the Justice League, they die. So, that's the book. This review shouldn't take too long. This book's not much of a thinker. It's just kind of a brawl book. So, yeah, let's just get into it. So, the book starts off with the League getting teleported from wherever the heck in the world they are to a random location. And that random location is the House of Heroes, the headquarters of Justice League Incarnate, which is kind of like a multiversal version of the Justice League. You got characters from different worlds have come together, and they patrol different parts of the Omniverse, and they're kind of a neat concept, a little confusing at times. Grant Morrison created them, so you know how that goes. But anyway, so they brought the Justice League here because this thing called the Great Darkness is coming, and Earth 2 Superman explains to the League that they've been fighting this thing, the Great Darkness. It's coming for the Omniverse, and they need help defeating it because they are at their end. So, and right then and there, boom, the battle begins. The darkness breaches their citadel. It's led by Pariah, the purple-haired guy from Crisis on Infinite Earths. For those of you who don't know Pariah, he is a scientist that discovered the antimatter universe and ended up kickstarting the Crisis on Infinite Earths by unleashing the anti-monitor onto everything. And he had this kind of penance or punishment put on him where he gets teleported to a world just before the anti-monitor shows up. So he gets to watch the anti-monitors destroy a universe, and then right before the universe is destroyed, he gets teleported to the next one to witness it all over again. So that's Pariah's existence, and he's going to use this, the Great Darkness, to bring not only peace to him finally, but peace to everything, but by basically bringing the gift of non-existence. So that's Pariah's plan, and he knows that the Justice League are standing in his way, so he brings up the Dark Army, which is this group that he's assembled, which you can see him here. They're just basically a big gang of DC bad guys. So really big, powerful DC bad guys. So the stage set, we have the Justice League versus the Dark Army, and right away Batman and Black Canary break off for the main fight because they realize that Pariah is trying to finish some kind of machine that he's going to turn on that's going to do something bad. So they're going to go and try to get to him, but he's protected by shadow demons, those big, just like silhouette-y guys from the original Crisis on Infinite Earth. So they're not able to get to Pariah, but the rest of the League, as they're fighting this Dark Army, realize that they're not using their normal tactics. Like Darkseid's just swinging around like a brute, not using his Omega beams. Ares has no strategy behind his assaults. They figure this isn't really them in control of themselves. Pariah is somehow using them as puppets to keep the Darkseid or the Justice League distracted. So they're able to kind of figure that out and overcome the Dark Army fairly easily. But then after that, we get to level 2 of Pariah's defense, which is he's corrupted the entire quintessence, and so the Spectre shows up as the spirit of darkness. And now it's Justice League versus Spectre, and it just kind of keeps getting bigger and bigger until finally Green Arrow realizes it's just going to keep going unless they can put a stop to it. So he loads up an explosive arrow into his bow, takes aim at Pariah, fires an arrow that just threads the needle through all the chaos, hits Pariah's machine, and blows it up. So this infuriates Pariah, and right as he's was about to achieve victory, having it taken away like that, so he has Doomsday just walk over to Green Arrow and smash him. So we get the first death of a Justice League member, and the rest of the League get upset, so they engage Pariah, but little they know, Pariah now has superpowers, so with the wave of the hand, he creates this big energy burst that just disintegrates the rest of the Justice League, which begs the question, why didn't he just show up and do that? So you have the power to disintegrate the Justice League. You should probably lead off with that, not, create your mind-controlled villain army. But whatever, if he did that, there wouldn't be any drama, so it'd be a really short comic. But, so, Justice League's disintegrated. Black Adam is the only survivor, and he engages Pariah, but Pariah is able to stand there and take his punches like a champ and tells him, I've survived the destruction of countless universes. Your punches mean nothing to me. And so he's about to kill Black Adam, but he calls down the name Shazam. Thunder comes, separates the two of them, kind of knocks Pariah silly, and destroys what's left of his machine and sends Black Adam rocketing back to Earth, where he gives the warning that the Justice League is dead. Kind of very reminiscent of, you saw Avengers and Infinity War, when Hulk crashes into Strange's house and tells him that Thanos is coming. He crashes down to the Hall of Justice and tells everyone that the darkness is coming and that the Justice League is already dead. So it's going to fall to Superman, or Jonathan Kent, and a few others to form some kind of a defense for Earth or for our or their universe against the coming of the Great Darkness. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the plot of Justice League 75. So like I said, not much of a thinker. It's really just a big fight, and then the Justice League die at the end. It's setting up the Dark Crisis, I'm sure. So what do you think of this? It was a good book. It was fun to read. The art is done really well. But the one problem I have with this book is a problem I have with a lot of DC stuff, which is we're in the Omniverse. We're in everything that can happen does happen. So the Justice League is dead here, but Batman is still alive and well in his book, and Wonder Woman is still alive and well in her book, because those events happen in this part of the DC universe, but in the other parts of the DC universe, the Justice League is fine. And you see what I'm saying? Where that just leads to, when everything that can happen does happen, that means there's no stakes. So because the Justice League in theory could die 1,000 ways from Sunday, because it's possible that Black Manta shows up and kills the entire Justice League, so it happened somewhere. That's my problem with the Omniverse, and its boundaries and its rules aren't quite explained well enough. So in the fact that the Justice League is dead in their own books, but I can pick up literally a dozen other books and see all of them still alive and well doing their thing, that's a problem. Whereas if DC was a nice, coherent, tight universe, we could actually have the books dealing with the aftermath of the loss of the primary characters, and how they go about replacing them in their respective cities, while at the same time trying to rebuild the Justice League and trying to prepare for this coming crisis that's on its way. But that's not the story we're going to get. We're going to get that in the Dark Crisis books, and maybe might bleed into a couple other books. I wouldn't be surprised if the Future State, the New Gen Heroes, Teen Titans, Son of Kal-El, maybe even Yara Flor, kind of are brought into this in their own books, and you see them dealing with it. But I don't know. I'm not holding out a lot of hope, especially since Yara Flor's book is canceled, and she's currently in Wonder Woman's book with Wonder Woman. And I mean, it's not like they're going to leave Batman dead. He's 97.7% of their sales. So saying that, this also kind of has a feeling of being very temporary. Whereas I know this event was created as the 25th anniversary of the death of Superman. Now we're doing the death of the League. But when they killed off Superman, I mean, that was at a time when most of the audience kind of regarded him as just kind of a dated relic, and it was his time to go anyway. So it seemed like the death of Superman could have been a permanent thing. I mean, at least you had that thought. You had to exercise it, whereas this, no way. They're not going to kill the Justice League. These guys will be back sooner than you know it. So, but yeah, that's my reaction to Justice League 75. It was a fun book. It was a good read, but because of the Omniverse, it just has no weight, has no bearing or consequence. So, take from that what you will. But I want to know what you guys thought. If you read the book, did you think it was fun? Did you enjoy it? Did you think that was a good way for the lead to go out, or maybe it was a little too easy for Pariah? Maybe it should have been a little bit more of a brawl. I know I would have liked to have seen maybe a couple of the Justice League members fall during the fight with the Dark Army, but didn't happen. So let me know what you think. And while you're down there, please hit like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Comment below. It really helps the algorithm get these videos in front of more people, and that's how we get the channel to grow. I really appreciate you guys and all that you've done to help get the channel where it is now. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it there until the next video. So it's good to be back, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye.